I know this might not be intuitive to you, right?
Frustrating, man. It's frustrating, but, yeah, it's frustrating talking to Reddit atheists. Where's Sam go? Sam, you there?
Sorry, I'm right here.
Because I'm trying to get you guys a debate. Guys, if you're pro-choice, get in the box. It's really simple. Have you heard of the Elliott argument? Oh, man, I think I have. Does anybody remember what that is? I feel like I know it. It might be in my notes somewhere. No. I think Kay and I have talked about it before.
Prepare for the next one.
I'm supposed to go hang out with my mom tomorrow. I'll go shopping with my brother. There's an entire district coming towards me.
That sounds awful.
Switching sides.
We talked about what?
Didn't we talk about
Search
the Elliott argument one time?
Yeah.
Plan to charge on the target and level it.
Man, I don't know. It's a guy on TikTok that has an argument. Really, he just goes on TikTok to sell his book because it's on Amazon.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
It's like his own argument? Yeah.
I was off the cliff. And then I slowly started becoming more towards the right. Like I started hosting my lives, right?
Detonate the target objectives, but expect an enemy squad.
I also listen. I'm not even talking when I see this. I can send you the proof if you want me to. But there were times I go live and I would be saying like I was a woman, but I was back then I was like quote unquote trans. So I would go live and I would get like almost 11,000 people at once. Like I was and then I ended up getting canceled because I chose a binary person that they were not trans. And so I got canceled, and then right-leaning, like over the years, I started becoming more right-leaning, and then I became very well known as like the right-leaning gay trans person, whatever you want to call it, right? And then I detransitioned and said that I was no longer trans, so I'm just a gay.
1 minute remaining. You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
I was posting videos and I went viral. Times, which led me to end up getting dogs. It's like this whole big thing. I was getting like 500,000 views per video. And then I ended up getting dogs because people just did not like me and what I was saying. So
hostiles are after the objective.
So then my account got mass reported. I ended up losing the account, and then TikTok shadow banned my device. And I was gone for pretty much a year and a half, and then I came back to Stitch. So yeah.
Moving to one more.
And then I started getting into more of the pro-life debates. Just talking out.
This area has been looted.
Amazing test.
Like you go anywhere, people know me. It's well known by a lot of large creators. A lot of them don't like me. It is what it is. I came up with Dean barely had like 72 followers, and me and Dean were debating together on TikTok. Dean back then was pro-life, and he was right-wing. So, and then he became very popular because he started doing more leftist streams.
Don't let the enemy level the objective.
Right-leaning streams. Me and Dean were actually mutuals. Which is crazy though. It's crazy how he went from being right-leaning to left-leaning. I went from being left-leaning to right-leaning.
She connected the cloud. You think he ultimately did that for the
Prepare for the next one.
Everybody knows. Because once he saw that you got traction by seeing that being gay is not wrong, you're stuck with that. Everybody that knew him before knows that he did
Search
it for
and destroy. Plant a charge
So
on the
wait,
target
did you
and level
did
it.
you
Hostile
ever
counter
debate
UAV
with
overhead.
Matt
Hostile
Nuclear?
UAV in the area.
Mw3. I'm not sure who you're talking about. I debated, I'll tell you about the question I'm becomes famous, or kind of famous. I debated
Our counter
Bob
UAV is
directly.
active. Friendly UAV online.
He's very famous. He's like been on TV shows. He won a couple of major TV shows in fucking what's it called? Fucking Europe. I debated Bob the drag queen on trans issues. We actually had major beef, which is funny. Had major beef with like this famous drag queen. Now he does commercials on fucking what's it called? He does commercials on the fucking vaping and shit because he got sick from vaping, which is fucking crazy. So I debated Bob the drag queen.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Famous. Well, Dean's kind of famous now. I debated him. Left side. I debated him on brain sex. Who else? I debated Parker a lot. I don't think of the more famous people
Search
that I've
and
debated.
destroy.
I'm trying to think. There was this actress that was on
Detonate the
fucking
target objectives, but expect an
what's
enemy
that TV
squad.
show? That really famous TV show. I'm fucking Netflix. What's it call it? Breaking Bad.
Drop the bomb.
What's it like call it? What's that TV show?
Round secure. On to the next.
She's not actress though. She had like 200,000 but she came up here because we were debating on cisgender. Yeah, 13 Reasons. She came on my panel, and I forgot her. Fuck, I
Search
don't
and
remember her
destroy.
name. I'll send you everything. I have screenshots of everything, bro.
Hostiles are after the
like,
objective. Defend them.
Years
Friendly counter
worth of
UAV is
videos
online.
and screenshots.
Friendly
But
UAV
this
active.
came on my panel. Saying that it's transphobic, saying that cisgender is nonsense, and that trans women weren't women. And she came on my panel like highly upset with me.
Bomb secure. All threats on target. Solid work.
Like,
The mission is complete. Good work.
When I looked into the league, it's working. Yeah. There was some right-leaning people too that I debated because we disagreed on like Trump and stuff. There's just been so many, bro. So fucking many. I would say the most famous person that I've debated was Bob the drag queen because he gets like millions of views. Like he's on TV, literally. He's like the most famous person I've ever debated on TikTok. Yeah, I have a track record, and that's why TikTok doesn't allow me to grow my accounts anymore. I've debated Andrew Wilson. We debated about God. We came to a mutual understanding, so I'm not sure if it was really a debate. He basically just disagreed with the fact that I was gay, and I was saying that I was Christian, and he was saying that I have to reconcile with the fact that, you know, being gay is not like, it's not accepted within the Christian faith, and so we kind of came to an understanding because I basically agreed with him. I was like, yeah, I mean, I can concede to that. I just don't see, you know, we got into more of the pragmatics, which is mostly what we disagreed on. But Andrew Wilson, when he came on tomorrow, he was very respectful. Like, it wasn't a debate like I see him like on his show now. Like on his show, he goes fucking wild. No, he was very respectful towards me, and we debated. So that's why I wanted to move to YouTube because TikTok, like, they be banning my accounts, and I can't build my accounts anymore. been banned so much that even the mention of my voice or the mention of my Wi-Fi, my fucking phone, like whatever, ID, they fucking shadow bans my account. So that's why I've been trying to move to like fucking YouTube and just do stuff there.
Ridiculous. I don't understand that. That's just wild.
Search
You
and
must be
destroy.
like
141.
one of
Plant the
those
charge on the
tears.
target
I mean,
and
I've
level
heard you
it.
speak before, and the words you say too. And forgive me because I just don't understand half of the time, and I'm still learning about a lot of this pro-life stuff. I do know for a fact that I am pro-life, but because I want to start my own thing too, but I'm kind of sitting on the benches and hearing a lot of information.
Yeah.
Moving here.
I appreciate that. A lot of people don't like me. So a lot of people would say I'm not top tier, like even in the pro-life community, like because I come after everybody. Like if you make a stupid argument, that's
Won that round.
like,
Get ready for the
it
next
is what
one.
it is. Because I do think that we need to be honest for like people with each other. And so I really do appreciate you saying that here, but I mean a lot of people would disagree with you.
Search and destroy.
Just on the basis that they just don't fuck with me, or they think I'm
Move in
stupid,
and
or whatever the
detonate the
case
target.
may be. So, but I'm pretty sure you can find no clips of me. I went viral on one account, but it got taken away because I said that the unsafest place for a black child is inside the mother's womb. And when I said that, it went super viral. I got like hundreds of thousands of likes. It got millions of views on other people's accounts. And
Enemy
I was
movement in the
basically
AO.
blacklisted again. And that, and my account lasted about 2 days. I got up to like 10K followers, and then it was getting mass reported. So. But I had John T.
Enemy marked.
Saying shit about it. I had a lot of accounts with over millions of followers, like reposting my video and then calling me a racist, saying that I was a bigot, saying that I was anti-women.
Basically, you're it's just what you were saying painted a bullseye on your back as other people, I guess.
Yeah. And to answer project, I didn't debate Pearl, but I did have communications with her.
Prepare for the next one.
But I never debated her. I would like to debate her. If I get big enough, maybe she'll allow me. She'll want to debate me. But we were on a panel on a Discord thingy. Way back then, it was like before she became so relevant. And we had
set up security around the objective.
I honestly think that you should look into nuclear. He's debated Dean and Harper, but they've always ran away from his debates. He's, what is he, a 19-year-old? Like, he's just a wit.
It's that, I'm just trying to say it like this, I don't mean it in a bad way, but that black man was on Jubilee that became semi-famous. I wanted to debate him on the Israel stuff, because he has...
Are you talking about the same kid that actually went in an interview with Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, him.
Focus on the next one.
He's so bad at debating, bro. So, okay, like, I say, you really want to debate him on the pro-Israel stuff because he has a huge misconception on history.
Search and destroy.
I think it's because I follow him.
Keep the enemy off the objective.
Sometimes I asked him if he was pro-life or pro-choice. He said he was generally pro-life.
Generally, especially with the study community.
Yeah, I know.
To my mark.
Maybe next time when he's on, like charity, because that, I mean, he brings all his up. So
I'm sorry.
Enemy bomb at Alpha.
I don't think it's me.
Am I being lag because I do have low bars and there's nothing I can do about that. Well, I can't. Well, the thing is, it's my bars, so I can't do nothing about it.
All operatives, bomb defused. Round secure. On to the next.
It's weird. I don't even.
Either, so I must be on just her end, but regardless of that, I can't do nothing about it. I mean, it's bars.
Switch your side.
Is with him is that he doesn't
Search
actually
and
have
destroy.
arguments, and when I see him debate, and I feel so ashamed that he got to be Charlie Kirk's listening to press representation for us, you know, the younger people who have
Friendly
to
UAV
be on the right
online.
side. And I'll say why, because he does the same thing as Parker and Dean. All he does is mute and keep big people. And I don't like
Hostiles launched a cruise missile.
which side you because they say something you don't like. That to me should be like a debater. It's always going to be a debater because it's like he offers to Israel. It's a complete misrepresentation of history. Complete misrepresentation. And I would love to debate him, but I want to do it on a neutral platform. I don't want to do it on a TikTok. I would want him to either come to my YouTube where he can choose the moderator. I don't care. Come to my YouTube or meet on a neutral platform and debate there. Because he cannot, like, I'm sorry, he cannot debate. All he does is mute and kick. I hate that. I hate when people do that.
I think, yeah, I think he does have a record of that, but I've heard him, you know, a couple times have a pretty decent sized mutual debate. But I mean,
depends on what you mean by logical, because sometimes he gets into the philosophy, right? Like, he was debating abortion one day, and he couldn't, like, articulate his stance in a logical sense, meaning like with a propositional, with evidentiary backing or evidentiary explanation, or even just like a simple logical deduction. He couldn't do it, and so like,
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, I guess he has a lot of knowledge, as in like
Device in place.
he has
Countdown
a lot of
started.
like prima facie facts. And what I mean by that is that face value, like he knows a lot of stuff, but he doesn't know
Our device
his
was
stance.
disarmed. We lost that round. Prepare for
His
the
name.
next one.
I say no, it's his name, but I know because just on his face, because he was like, she's a good person now. His name, but he met Charlie Kirk because he ended up doing the Israel versus against Israel thing on Jubilee, and he came out and became very popular.
wait. Man, I don't recall talking about Israel at
Hostile
all.
Mosquito is
Had a lot
online.
to do with he was debating a woman about the black community.
Yeah, he did that one too. He did
Moving here.
Okay.
Scratch that. Enemy movement.
He did
Scratch
several.
that.
But that kid, I followed him too, I think on one of my TikTok accounts.
Enemy
But
here.
he has like 20,000 something followers, but this debate, and I'm sitting here wondering why he got to meet Charlie Kirk and meet all these like influential people when this fucking kid is like, I'm sorry, I know he's on our side for the most part, but he's dumb. I don't know how else to say it.
1 minute remaining.
Yeah, I've been so and all that stuff. So I think it would be. No, I'm not saying this about you. Is it like this is you? No, I'm just saying it would be.
We're planting a Bravo.
It would be
stupid almost, or maybe impolite to ignore that we know that even though we don't fully understand consciousness or sentience, we do understand that the brain has a relationship to it.
It stops living.
Really know that we know. Yeah, so
I hate people, and I see more of them coming up on the right side where, you know, they know things just on a prima facie level. They don't want to inquire.
The enemy defused our bomb.
And not piss me off.
The round is
It's
lost.
just like,
Focus
what
on the next one.
are you even talking if you're not gonna, like, do the work, you know?
So no pro-choice.
Switching sides.
There has not been pro-choice.
Search and destroy.
I think I'm shutting the light down because I think Missy's asleep.
Oh, is
Set
she?
up security around the objectives.
Misty!
Misty, don't be asleep. Come on.
Misty!
No wonder.
No, Mango, I was just telling him my history on this album where I was like very popular creator. And then because
Moving.
the Vice band, and then I got banned for my ID, and guess what? Give it.
Won that round. Get ready for the next one.
I came into the scene, I think, prior before Tony Tiger had his big account deleted. I remember that.
No, bro, Tony huge. He had a bigger account than that one.
Search and destroy.
He used to have close to 1 million followers.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the enemy off the objective.
All from Grace, truly. Well, I mean, to be honest, I met individuals who had like close to 1 million, and then they would make like $600 from TikTok in 1 year. It's not a stable income if you're not like a consistent and constant content creator.
Now everybody else. No, Mingo. I used to, you know how much I used to bring home being a content creator, getting almost 1,000 people at once in my life. I used to bring home in a week. I used to bring home close to $500.
500
I was living my life,
Enemy
bro.
planted at Alpha. Hostile
Just
IMS active.
10 hours a day online.
Yeah.
We I was the so much money.
Bi-weekly, it's like 1K. Was this a guaranteed 1K? No, not 1K, but like 500 every week?
Yeah. Because they used to be so, you used to get like subscription based thing. And so they wouldn't be able to just subscribe. I'm not sure they used to be able to do it. You subscribe and would bring home $500 a week. And that's with gifts.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
And that's if I didn't go live if I went live every single day, and it could be close to like 700 or 800.
Oh my goodness.
Have you talked to some of the people that have been here the longest, like Milk and Bees? You could talk to him, or you could talk to even
Plant a charge
anyone
on the
that's
target
been
and
for
level
quite
it.
a bit, a long time. If you talk to them, they will tell you. I became very well known on the app, and Hagar decided to screw me over and decided to blacklist me. So here I am.
Yeah, it's not been on panels in a while. I've just been taking a long break. He's just playing COD with some pro-life friends that I have connections with. Last I heard. Yeah, she was. I really debated formally. But then again, I've never debated formally. Sentience as a necessary qualifier or body autonomy. That's all my conversations have been so far, so I've honestly just been a moderator for a lot of these lives. Doing my shit, calling out people, shit my dude.
Final minute.
Yeah.
When you called out Project yesterday, I was dying.
Round secure. On to the next.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about her. I really don't. She pisses me off.
You're like, Project, shut the fuck up. I was like, oh.
I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to, for it to come off rude. I think it just on my period. Maybe TMI. I don't know.
Search and destroy.
Bro, no. You know how much I made today on
Move in and
DoorDash?
detonate the target.
And I started late, bro. I started at 6 p.m.
That was it.
$100.
What the hell, Leash?
I mean,
hours.
it was like 10 o'clock when it came out.
4 hours, $100. I gotta do my math. It's 100 divided by 4.
It's
Oh. That's not bad for 4 hours. And imagine that. 4 hours times 5 is 20. 20 times 100. What's that? What is that?
20 times 100?
Yes.
That's
20 times 100. How many? Like 200?
For 20 hours?
That's 2K, right? That's 2K?
Yeah, 2,000.
But that's the weekend, though. So I'm imagining Monday. Because whenever I do DoorDash, I know I get plenty of orders like Saturday morning, but like late Saturday morning because everyone is getting out from their hangovers. So I'm busting my ass on Saturday mornings.
You know what? Like, you're a neighbor. What are you talking about?
Everybody's leaving.
No, I think we should shut down the live, honestly. I think Mrs. is asleep.
Okay. Do you close the comments? Let's see what I can do.
Yeah. Can we close invites to the live? We can't do that, right?
Not on my end. Disable comments and I'll find another live. If not, I'll just go to bed.
Yeah.
Alright. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
God bless. God bless.
Yeah, God bless.
Enemy bomb at Alpha.
To a degree, I definitely think that. Well, it's either, law of excluded middle. It's either subjective or it's subjective. It's universal, and you know what I mean? Yeah, see, this is the thing. I always struggle with the topic of subjective versus objective morality because I do think there are things that we know net negative that are just not good at all. And there are things that are typically net positive. For example, see, when you say we know, okay, that's you're saying that through a Western lens, like what you know. Are you talking specific societies or worldwide? I've always made the point that I've always made the point that there is nothing things like rape, for example. You understand what I'm saying? Sure, but in some societies that's totally fine and normal, and whoever actually gets I guess raped gets themselves. No, I'm not saying that. Listen. People can do wrong things, right? So even if morality is objective, they can still think it's subjective and do something wrong. The reason you want it to be objective is so you have some sort of anchor and it's not arbitrary. So you're not just constantly shifting the lines. And it also gets into epistemology because you're making normative, we're making normative claims when we say all these things, right? And our epistemological system for ethics has to be grounded in something, or else it just comes down to, well, this is my preference that we do these things, and then versus somebody else's preference, and it comes down to force. Does that make sense? See, this is why, can you agree with me that when you get into these debates on here, it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth? Yeah, this is why that's why I debate pragmatics, bro. What's that? That's why I debate pragmatics. Well, right. Well, I'm just saying I'll grant you it all, but then it's just your preference. Ultimately, you can put a lot of words and sophistry around it, but it boils down to I prefer this, and saying things like, well, we know or we feel or anything like that. That's not really. You're saying that everybody has that same axiom, and that's just not true. Can I bring up hang on a minute, Seduce really quick in the comments? I'm not Christian. Right. First and foremost, I am far from Christian. I don't follow monotheistic religion, but I do believe in God. I'm very agnostic within religion, but I do believe in God.
whatever that may be. But the point I was going to mention, it's not even really like relevant to our current debate, but I see a lot of Christians or Muslims or whoever they may be, usually people of monotheistic economic faith, who turn around and talk about, oh, we're abolitionists, but they bring their religion into that. And, that's one thing that gets me.
Lethal equipment set.
God, for example, if there's God, these unborn children that all these fetuses that we're including.
Enemy planted at Alpha.
Dang.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
This is the body on a religious level. Let's talk about it. Wouldn't that same soul just go back to God if they're so innocent? They're just going to go to heaven and be with God. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I never understand
Search and destroy.
Say that they hate abortion and all that sort of thing, but it's
defend the objective.
Hang on a minute. What is the real harm? Is it because you doubt God? Is it because you doubt
the fetus because they're committing deletion. Essentially, when it's just like, we need to go. I don't want this thing getting in the way of me getting my piece of paper or like some more pieces of paper. So I'm going to delete it because it's going to get in the way of me doing that. Or, I'm just going to delete this thing because I don't want to deal with it, or like out of shame. I'm just going to delete it instead of giving it up for adoption when we have people that are like overflowing the adoption.
You've won that round. Get ready for the next one.
I completely understand where you're coming from there. It's just, it does puzzle me a bit, like with, Christians and Muslims and, those kind of one God monotheistic religions. It just really confuses me on that point. But I can understand where you're coming from. So the greatest sin is probably, the act of doing something.
Plant the charges and demolish the objective.
Basically throw.
When we think it is deletion, when they like a van, when they have the instruction van outside of the DNC when they call it, when they change it, when they try to use terminology to cloak it, like women's and when they say just because we have this ethical belief that not only is it just an ethical belief, but we are in fact attacking women because we hate women. Like, could you see why that's sort of?
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
I mean, I don't think, like, I'm going to say this now, like, as a pro-choicer, right, I don't think pro-life is inherently like these evil people. While I disagree with pro-life, I absolutely do disagree with pro-life and abortion abolitionists. Disagree with that ideology, right? But my thing is that I do understand that there is a sort of, there is an interest to protect a living being, whether that being might not be sentient, might not be conscious, might not have the same value that I attribute a being having a subjective experience. But the main thing is that there is an interest in what is going to be a future sentient life. So I can understand that sentiment. It's just that, I don't know, I just think that in an ideal world, abortion would exist because contraception would be 100%. People could, we'd have contraception turn on the uteruses and then turn on, turn them off whenever they get pregnant, stuff like that. In a perfect world, all that exists, but the reality is that we live where there are children there are maggots that literally go into children's eyes, and that's their entire purpose. Right, as a species, is to do that and infest children's eyes. This is the sort of world we live in, right? And this is what happens. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
yeah. Do you understand the like when Christians when we talk about things like the fall, death entering the world, and these sort of things, like, I'm really familiar with that stuff because what I do is I get really insanely familiar with my opponent's position and the minutia of it. Right? Is that similar to you? Do you do that?
No, I mean, first and foremost, I'm not Christian. Like, I disagree with Christianity, and that's not me disrespecting your religion. I'm just saying that it's not for me. Well, I do believe in a God. I believe in a God agnostically. I don't know what God is. I don't know what God is. I think that will come to us when we cross over wherever we go to next after this.
Well, do you see why I kind of brought up earlier? Like, let's just say I'll grant it to you. Christianity is all just nonsense. It's all just made up. Okay? Well, under your view, I mean, you're talking about logic. Under your worldview, under your paradigm, these things are just simply arbitrary. We just simply make them up. We just simply make up our evidences and we make them up. They're not grounded in anything. They're just grounded in ad populum fallacy, a logical fallacy of whoever. So under your paradigm, under your position, even if everything I believe in is nonsense, it will still just be my preference versus your preference.
So it's a subjective opinion, and this is why no one ever wins this debate.
I'm saying under your world, you're allowing that. You're allowing that by being like, okay, morality's not objective. Like, your position allows for that. That's why sort of, in my opinion, like, an atheist or even a lot of agnostics that just say they're agnostics, they don't have to defend a position, is just,
No, I say I'm agnostic, but I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, I didn't mean you. Sorry.
All operatives, bomb defused.
But, that's really what I try to get them to understand is like your own worldview, your own paradigm allows for this sort of thing. And this could only be expected from that. Like, let me ask you this, right? Under a naturalist paradigm, someone that doesn't believe in anything supernatural, they have no explanation for metaphysics. So, essentially, believe like propositions. Like when I say like propositions,
simplest atheists.
Materialists too, and some people that are just like, I don't. Listen, a lot of people just do the I don't know thing, so they don't ever have to like defend a position. Okay. Right, and it would still be subjective and arbitrary to them because they're literally saying I don't know. Anyway, under that worldview, right? Like I'm just making proposition A because it's predetermined. It's just because my neurochemistry and experience worked a certain way, and then gave this output, the pro-life position that I'm espousing. And the same thing would be true for you. So what's the methodology of checking which one is correct? How can one reaction be more true than another?
I mean, this is the thing. This is what I want to say. And we talk a lot about deep topics and stuff. And this is my thing, is that I have genuinely come to the conclusion that everything, of course, we have objective truth, like gravity is a thing.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
Societal norms, the things we believe in, the cultures we have, race, the concept of race, the concept of gender, the concept of a lot of things. Every single concept is subjective, and that includes morals. That's kind of what I've come to until I prove myself otherwise, or if I think that everything's subjective, and that this conversation that we're having, realistically, no one ever wins this debate. No one ever wins the pro-lifers to pro-choice debate. Because there are always differences between real lives and pro-choice.
Real quick, I do just want to address one thing in the comments. This might be a little salty of me to do.
Yeah, she's on a low tier. She probably doesn't understand what I'm talking about. What if I tell me the contradiction in the comments? Write the contradiction out. Tell me what I said that's contradictory.
I'm just gonna make this real quick. This happens every time I go. We started with like 50 to 60 years, and then I started explaining the points. Explaining why it's never medically necessary. I started using facts and logic and actual evidence to support my arguments. You guys don't like that. You guys don't like being proven wrong. So when I start bringing up facts and evidence to contradict you guys, y'all start leaving. That's why we're down to 10 years.
Can I say one thing? Yeah, Venus in the comments, I'll send you $500 right now on Apple Pay if you can point out the contradiction. Something that's contradicting in my logic.
Friendly UAV on station.
I'd like £10 for that.
Okay, well yeah, rewind this up and tell me something that I said that is not logical.
Yeah, no.
The A, you have to understand the physical logic, which I'm sure she probably doesn't even understand what they are. Yeah, it has to be like me saying A and not A.
Anyway, hello. So, where did we even go to? But yeah, I think someone just said in the comments about 93% of victims occur at or before 13 weeks, which I'm pretty sure that's absolutely
Watch the
correct.
objectives. Set
I
up
don't know,
security.
I will go soon, by the way, because I am
Here.
I just kind of came on. But yeah, that constant topic at hand, I've already explained my position of me being pro-choice. But this is the thing, it's like, I just feel that there are people in this world who, for me, for example, right, I'm kind of, and I'm not saying this is like, oh, here you go, self-diagnosing and stuff like this. No, I've been assessed medically multiple times, like diagnosis. I'm as disabled as they come. Maybe not as disabled as they come, but I'm autistic. I've got wonky kneecaps that dislocate everywhere I go, and I'm
regardless, that's right.
Oh, it's shit. I can't dance or run or anything.
I'll pray for you.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah. No, but this is my thing.
Mission failed. Return to base.
There are people in this world who are like me. Now, I would love to be a mum someday. I would absolutely love that. I would love to have my career in psychology, which I'm going to university in October. I want to go and do my psychology degree and be a practitioner and go and help other autistic people like myself. Go and do that. Bang it, brilliant. But then maybe have children. My point being is that, there are people who are different, and there are people who do not wish to follow the traditional way of life or the traditional kind of nuclear family back in these before our time, essentially. I can't imagine trapping someone to have made a mistake, or maybe contraception failed, or maybe, all these other things failed, and now they're, very, very early pregnant, maybe 5 or 6 weeks, if they were able to tell at 5 or 6 weeks, and they go through with an abortion. I will never blame them for that. I'll never look at that person in the eye and say, you are a horrific person. No, because I understand that, I just honestly don't feel like, even with presenting a logical argument or not presenting a logical argument, I just don't feel that, you should have to house this being inside of your womb for 9 months, essentially. If there was a way to transplant that fetus to another woman's womb, so that
there's a way to
another person's womb.
Yeah, why don't you just not have schmacks? Like,
yeah, this is the thing, is that we know, but even in the cases in where we say don't have schmacks, there are still women who get raped. Okay, maybe, but that's
like 0.01%.
Still happens though, doesn't it?
I believe in that exception. That's like my one exception.
Real
in life of the mother.
Whoa,
I'm not trying to say, that these things don't matter, right? But when you sit here and tell us you're pro-choice, that tells us you don't. I'm not saying you don't care about women that have been raped. It's like you don't care if they've been raped. That's not what's relevant.
You always say rape, bro. You're gonna get your life taken down.
It's 18 plus. It's audience control. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Search and destroy. Defend the
yes. So when you say you're pro-choice, you're telling us you don't care if the woman has been raped or not. You think she should be able to have an abortion.
Yes, because I understand.
Supporting elective abortions. You're supporting elective abortions. That's what we're going to talk about. That's the things that we have the biggest contention with. So, as far as these elective abortions go where nobody's been raped, is it really that necessary to have sex? Like, is that something you absolutely have to do?
Okay. I'll answer that, and then I really, really want to challenge Brando on a point that was just made. So, I don't know. See, right, sorry. Because I locked out for a second then. Can you just repeat what you said, Kat, please?
Yeah. Is it really necessary for you to have sex? Or do you think maybe if really don't want to get pregnant, maybe you should just not do the one thing that can get you pregnant.
Okay. So, I do think, obviously, it's not a necessity in the same way that breathing or that eating or drinking is, you know. I don't think it's an absolute necessity for survival, but I do think that because of the way we are hardwired to reproduce. We are hardwired with hormones that essentially make us efficient, right?
Let's put it in blatant terms. Okay, you get horny.
Yeah.
Can you not use your hand? Can you not use a toy? Can you not do anal? Can you not use your partner's hand? Can you not do literally anything that would even stick a penis inside of your vagina?
But this is the thing. So, I would argue. So for example, like I have a very promiscuous past, right? Maybe not Bonnie Blue, fuck that, you know, not into that. But you get what I'm saying. So, you know, and I am in a long-term relationship now with a very, very lovely man. So, love that for myself. The point I'm making here is, look, if you're gonna be promiscuous, right? All that I ask. Or even though I shouldn't have a say on anything what anyone else does on their life, I don't believe in that. But, you know, if I was this big dictator and I could say anything, you know, I would say, here's my advice. Contraception is a fucking blessing and a half. Go and use that shit.
Get ready for the next one.
Hold on.
Okay, so bro,
I'm gonna address one thing. Say after this, Candace, do you really think your course is the only way to bond emotionally with your partner? I'll just leave it that. That's as I finish what she was saying.
Thank you. So the point I was going to make is like, look, we have accessibility to contraception. I think we have more accessibility to contraception, you know, because I don't think that ultimately that will enable more wanting pregnancies if we don't have contraception and more sex ed funding, right, in schools and things like that. You know, there are kids who are busting it down, right? And it's.
Are you saying they don't know that if you put the PP in the poo poo, it won't, like, or the PP in the VV, they won't get pregnant? What do you mean education?
In some countries where there is not enough.
We're talking about yes. Come on. Yes, they do know. They knew that like 1,000 years ago, dude.
Yeah, people in like tribal.
You leftists think those people are so stupid.
I mean,
if we have 2 kids, for example, because trust me, the shit I've seen and the shit I've been through, you know, right?
They're lesser than you, right? They're just stupid.
No.
They need your help. They need you to educate them.
Brando, calm down. Right. Point I'm making, Brando, is that I was very young, right, when I kind of, you know, my parents were present. I was around these. Yeah, and I was young, right, when I delved into that side of things, right. You know, great relationship with my parents, though. The point I'm making is that I know that there are young teenagers who go and do this sort of thing and can go undetected going doing this sort of thing. So why don't we fund sex ed? Why don't we fund contraception more than ever if people are so worried about abortions?
Wait, in the U.S.? Like, or in like Western countries?
No, I'm talking globally. I'm not just talking about Western countries.
So what's the point of asking, what's the point of Schmeck said that it will help them understand that if the PP in the hole that they can get someone pregnant?
Yes, essentially.
So they don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm saying that there are places in which some young teenagers do not understand that globally.
Okay, I don't think that. I don't think that people are stupid. We knew this 1,000 years ago. Like we have people that wrote about this 1,000 years. Like they understood.
I mean,
that's why in the Bible it talks about like seed and all that sort of stuff. They knew and they always know.
I've been
but
quiet.
This is the thing is we have countries like Afghanistan. Really quickly, sorry. We have countries like Afghanistan where. I mean, we all know what Afghanistan's like. Like,
right, it's full of stupid, lesser people, right?
No, absolutely not. That is
lesser, but they're dumber than we are, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's a heavily religious country where women are being allowed to go into parks. They've all been closed off. All the public parks that women could have gone into have been.
Well, hold on a second.
What I'm saying.
think, so I don't understand.
But what I'm saying is that there are in fact countries in which there is no sex allowed.
Wait, but they still know intercourse.
Literally run about and do that sort of shit. So that's what we need to do.
Wait, they still
So
know.
so globally, we need to tell theocratic regimes in those countries, we need to tell them moral odds, we need to give them ethical odds, and they need to be educated by us. That literally, that sounds insane. I want you to understand it. It sounds insane, and what leftists usually do, I'm pretty sure you're a leftist. You said you are.
I don't call myself extremist, but I am.
Well, okay, they see the world through this like oppressor oppressed lens, and what that is built on is they think those people are lesser than them. It's just obvious. That's why they always want to educate.
No, I don't think.
Okay, what's the point of educating someone? To make them smarter, right?
Yes, make better.
Okay,
choices.
so if you need to educate them, that obviously means they're not doing it themselves, which means they're stupid, right?
That doesn't necessarily mean that someone is stupid. That means that someone is misinformed.
Who's misinforming this? Who's misinforming this?
For example, this. Oh my god.
I'm so. Okay, real quick.
Yeah, we've gone down about this.
So, as a next question.
We're getting off the rails with it. You didn't even answer the question. Secondly, right? For you to think that you are more educated than people in other parts of the world, so therefore we need to go and educate. That's just narcissism at its finest. Whether you use the terminology of better than or lesser than is irrelevant. You think your intellect is superior to theirs, and that you have to teach them.
Yeah. Like to a point to where they don't understand.
You know, it's
sex creates pain. It's stupid. You
guys are talking and I've like not been able to actually explain.
Yeah, well, you're just going to tell a story again. No, that's all you're going to do.
Listen, you went on a monologue. I stayed quiet. I was even told to shut up by both the host and Brandon. Right?
Well, I didn't say shut up.
Sorry. That specific point. Metaphorically shut up. I was told, hey, no, don't do that. Right? You went on a monologue. So let's get back on the topic.
Why do I think? Because right, okay, fucking hell, we're starting all over.
We demonstrated how she's just like she thinks morality is subjective. That's why. So you're not gonna like let her.
But that's not a speak to me, Brando.
Brando, is it okay Is it okay if I went through this one more time? I know you guys have already done this.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man. I'll put myself on mute.
Okay, I'm so sorry if I was interjecting.
Place the charge. Detonate the target.
So as a right, what is the argument that supports the pro-choice conclusion?
Hostile UAV in the area.
Right. So are you asking about pro-choice in general or my view?
I would ask you what your argument is for the pro-choice conclusion. That's literally what my question was.
Right, I support abortion until 20 weeks.
Yes, you win. I ask why.
Do you want my view or not? Do you want a debate or not?
Yeah. Can you please tell me why? And then you can tell me the when, please. Because it makes sense.
Because I think that a woman or whoever, right, is allowed to fatally terminate their pregnancy or go through with an abortion, right? If the fetus does not have sentience or consciousness or is not able to have a subjective experience, because I feel, and that is what I value in a living being in order, if we're talking on like a scale of harm, I think that that there is practically little to no harm done, but I feel that there is quite a lot of harm done after 20 weeks to this fetus, because we get the added development of, oh, well, there's subjective experience there now of capacity for, so it would be, you know, there's a greater risk of harm there. Bad. There you go. View.
So your argument is that abortion is justified prior to 20 weeks because the child is not sentient. Is that your argument?
That is absolutely right.
Real quick.
Moving this way.
The ability, well, the capacity to have subjective experiences.
Okay, and by capacity, do you mean active capacity?
No, I mean that you, for example, right, if you have an Xbox, it doesn't have to be switched on. Do you get what I mean? It's there, isn't it?
So You're saying, so what you are talking about is the active capacity, right? Because if you were to press a button, it would turn on, right? But the human brain doesn't have a button that you
Search and destroy.
press, right?
Well, what I'm saying, for example, is like...
Watch the objectives. Set up security.
Right. So, as the human brain doesn't have this button, right? You either are or you aren't sentient. Do you mean, like, for example, if somebody is in a home or somebody is in a right? Which the purpose of general anesthesia is to make you non-sentient and unconscious. So you don't feel anything, you don't experience anything. That's the whole purpose of it.
That's what I'm referring to.
Okay, so then do individuals under general anesthesia, is it morally permissible to kill them?
Flanking here.
No, because I've literally just said that I think if you have the capacity for sentience, then it's not okay.
So what this says, or what this tells me, is that a human being does not first to be sentient in order for them to be given.
No, they have to have the capacity. They don't have to be completely sentient.
I don't know. On definition, the child hero has this capacity.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
You just ignore what I've said completely.
No, I did not. Right? I listened to you. That's why I even asked you clarifying questions.
And you
Search and
missed.
destroy.
I didn't, right? I let you finish. I
Plant
would
the
appreciate it
charges
if you
and
would let
demolish
me
the
finish what I
objective.
was saying. Right?
You've
It
secured
sounds
the
to me like
device.
you realize that you got caught, and you don't want to have the conversation.
Well, no, I want to have the conversation, so I'm letting you
Moving
finish.
this way.
Oh, then stop interrupting.
Friendly SAE
There's
Okay,
inbound.
Diva.
So, Eza, this capacity exists in why is it capacity? That's why it's sentience that you have. Because if you use natural devices, they will have if you use somebody
Moving this way.
you give someone general anesthesia, right? After a while, they will regain sentience.
So,
right?
so you're using potential and capacity. You're talking about potential. I don't. No.
Final minute.
She'll just keep moving around. You not get that? She's just gonna keep arbitrarily.
I'm not gonna let her keep moving the line. Eza, I know what the word capacity is. I'm using your definition of capacity.
You're literally not, right?
So, can you define capacity?
Capacity.
Define it.
Define capacity. Okay.
Yes.
The ability to.
The ability. So when I asked you, you're talking about an active capacity, right? What you're saying
30
is the
seconds
human
remain.
being has to currently be sentient. So to be clear, right?
10 seconds remaining. We're planting at Alpha. Mission compromised. We've failed.
Yes, they would, because let me finish my fucking point.
So the natural process of development in utero, right, would be what's taking their sentience from them. And then at a point, they will have it.
No, it's
So
right.
if you
Okay, so, no.
intentionally giving someone general anesthesia and purposefully keeping them on it.
Okay, so, right, you are very rigid in the sense of how you are debating this with me. You are giving me the wrong. No, I let you finish multiple times. No, you didn't. I did. Several times. Are you going to cry about it? Are you going to let me finish? Are you capable of rational dialogue? Yes, I am, but you won't let me finish. Can you steel man what I said to you? Can you steel man what I said to you? Steel man? Yes, do you understand what a steel man is? Explain that to me. I've heard straw man, I've not heard steel man. It's just like, say his position. Like, a straw man is the opposite of a steel man, sweetheart. Right, so say, don't call me sweetheart. I'm so sorry. It says it there. Are you illiterate? Are you illiterate? Okay. So, you mean illiterate? Yes. Illiterate. Right. Okay. So, if I get interrupted one more time, just bring another fucking guest up. Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I mean, I don't see. Can I ask you something, Ben?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I get where I totally like. Obviously, you're trying to show her contradiction. I don't even grant them that. I don't even grant them that this arbitrary line they've drawn at sentience. Why that matters? Are they essentially saying that? Let's just grant it. Say they don't have sentience, right? Are they saying that essentially that has the moral worth of like an ant because it doesn't have sentience yet? I don't even see why that matters.
Well, I've been silent the whole time. That was the thing I was going to ask next. Like, you can illustrate that she doesn't care about sentience by simply asking her if she's a vegan. This is a very common function.
I don't do that. You know why? Because the problem with attacking sentience directly on his face, right, is A, it cuts the argument short, and B, what it is, oh, they don't want to listen to me, they don't want to listen to me, right? But I pointed that for her. I was like, okay, value sentience. I could have asked her why. So she was go, okay, now let me show you.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. I understand where you're coming from.
That was my intentions. Was I'm going to show you the real world dimensions of your moronic stance, right?
Right.
And you're going to
search and destroy.
Or they're going to change their mind because they're
Well, that's a pragmatic issue.
It's really good that you did that because I can already tell she's the type that she's not going to take an actual, like, I brought it to like a meta level. I was like, well, where are you getting this ethical stance from? You're just basing it off of your preference. So it's just your preference versus our preference. That's what it boils down to. That's why this argument is circular and it'll go back and forth forever. So I'm asking, like, why should we listen to your ethics? You're making normative claims. Why should we listen to your ethics? When you're good, you have nothing to ground it in besides just, I want to do this. And it's funny she brought up other parts of the world where they punish rape victims for being raped and these sort of things. And she's using that, like, I don't understand it. Do you see what I'm sort of getting at?
Yeah, no, I know exactly where you're getting at. It's just, unfortunate, this is usually what happens, especially with, like,
won that round. Get ready for the next one.
They are being stupid, and they've been trained their entire life to think that they're superior.
Yes.
I know because she was British, and like,
switching sides.
The average British leftists have such a superiority complex. It's embarrassing.
Set a defensive perimeter around the objective.
I just broke it. I was like, okay, let me grant you this, let me grant you that. I'm still going to show you what you're fucking retarded.
Right, I mean, they have no interest in, like, digging into, like, that's why they'll, as soon as you ask, like, as soon as you give any pushback, she didn't do it, what's this dude, especially, you're like, you're a fool, bro. Like, why do you know, you're a fool, bro. It's like, you're already making philosophical claims, so you should probably understand philosophy if you're going to do that. It's just, that's my position.
It's the decades of being taught to the most, it's gotta be.
Yeah, because it's like you've already entered into the domain of philosophy. Like, yeah, I'm bring it up. I'm going to ask you, where are you getting all this from? Because if you're just making it up, well, then I'm going to fucking make my answer. I'll grant you the worldview. I'll say, yeah, Christianity is nonsense, it's all made up, but yeah, I have to.
Should we start doing that? Like, for real? Just start making up bullshit fucking arguments.
Search and destroy.
I mean, if you grant, okay, so one thing they do to escape that is they'll be like, I'm agnostic or whatever, I believe in spirits or some bullshit. So anytime you bring up like epistemology or anything, they can just route it to whatever needs to be said in the time of the thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just curious because, like, at least as far as the pragmatic stuff, that's what I like to call. We always say, like, well, it's not a human being, it's not alive, it's a parasite. Women are gonna die if they don't get abortions. Can we just start saying just dies? And, like, every woman that gets an abortion actually just develops, like, severe depression and wants to, like, end their own lives.
Yeah, we just start saying, right? Here's what's so crazy about it, dude. We can literally say, yeah, well, you know what, we're gonna put all women in cages and we're gonna force them to have kids, and they would have no argument against that, except they prefer it not to happen. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
Well, yeah, their argument is we want to kill children because that's the way we think it should be. So.
Yeah, and also she is like, I'm like, dude, you've literally just made emotional appeals this entire time, and you tell stories. Like, I hate the storytelling. And then, like, when you want to get into the minutia of it and, like, talk about real shit, like,
on to the next.
Yeah. Anyways, real quick, Rare, what's your computer rating is?
32. It's difficult.
Switching sides.
Do you support elective abortions?
Search and destroy.
I think that people do have rights in certain states to abort their children, but I think that having the right to do that is not right.
So I'd assume you contend with the first part of the prompt then?
Yes.
Alright, so what do you think a right is?
I think that you have to be a terrible, terrible person to be violating this child. Just for no reason.
So what do you think a right is?
I think a right is a free will decision to do something.
So a right is a privilege absent of duty. Does that make sense? Like you have the privilege if you don't have any felonies, like you can go own a gun, right? You don't have to do that. Right?
Yeah, so I mean the way you worded it there, Hunter, I mean, would you say that me going to the gas station and buying a candy bar is my right?
Yeah.
That's a little goofy.
I think sex is a right.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
I believe that sex is determined by birth.
No, I think it means having sex.
That makes sense. Is that right?
Yeah, I think,
Search and destroy.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Target objective need to be detonated. Play it smart.
Okay. So
you got the bomb.
Brandon already gave you the definition. I'm going to give you like the working definition that I use, right? So of a right. A right is a
mosquito is online.
So this is going to be something just to
friendly mosquito deployed.
This is going to be something that either must be granted to you or something that must not be taken away from you.
Yes. So when you say sex is a right, like basically that's justifying, right?
No.
I'm not saying that you justify rape.
Yeah, he's trying to teach you, yeah.
Yeah, yes, that sex is a right justifies rape. I'm not saying you justify.
The round is lost.
I'm saying
focus on the next one.
Justifies rape.
Basically,
right. Then you cannot stop somebody from engaging in sex. So if a man tries to rape a woman, that woman's right. Because A, you mentioned free will, and B, it's an action that you can do with his free will, and it is a right.
Set a defensive perimeter around the objective.
Right, like when I said a privilege is what I mean by that someone can't stop you from doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, right.
No one can stop you from doing it. Well, I guess fucking liberals can. It shouldn't be that way, but like, really no one should be able to say you're right and felonies. Does that make sense? But you don't do it. You're right, yeah, of course.
abortion isn't a right, it's a privilege, it is something that legal entitlement. It's not something that, like I said, should be taken away from you or must be granted to you. You still gotta pay money for abortion, right? You still gotta get covered by insurance if it's something. I don't think it is. But you can't just say, hey, I want an abortion, and be like, it won't be the case that someone absolutely has to give you one just because
1 minute remaining.
So do you think that when you think that a child becomes a child?
You won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Okay, so do you think that, well, since we're on this map, do you think we'll like our sperm just like...
No, okay, Rare, I'm gonna stop you right there, brother.
Search and destroy.
So, before you say something that we're gonna blame you for,
defend the objectives from hostile forces.
What the 7 characteristics of life are.
No.
Okay, so we use the 7 characteristics of life to define whether something is or isn't.
Enemy movement in the AO.
Sperm cells are not organisms.
Enemy movement. Spread
That is not
that.
a human organism. That would be referred to, it would be a haploid cell. Right? Human beings, right, in the very earliest stages are not haploid cells. They're diploid cells. Right?
What?
They are going to
Oh.
Right? So, conception, right, this is a scientific right?
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
This human organism comes into it. It is with 2 haploid cells, sperm and egg, right? They would be in small gametes, fused together to become a diploid cell, which it only remains a cell for a
search and destroy.
few hours. That is a genetically...
Plant a charge on the target and level it.
Right? That is when human life...
You've secured the device.
Right. I think too this gets into like this will help you out too, like with anything else really. This is gets into a philosophical category of universals. So this is a game for a sperm cell and an egg, and then the two join together and make something completely different. It's another universal concept, and it's a human life. Does that make sense?
Just trying to give you a rundown of what I think you told us. Are you saying that when the baby becomes sentient and aware, or are you saying once DNA, the 2 DNA come together and starts forming, then that's the child?
Yes. Yeah, once that sperm
Final
enters
minute.
that egg and that process happens at conception, then that's a human child, yeah. It just means little person in Greek.
Specifically Latin, right? All
Latin, sorry.
But so Rare, right? Human beings, right? Human beings.
Round secure, on to the next.
23. Okay. If you have genetically, we have 23 chromosomes. A sperm cell does not have...
Search and destroy.
Actually, no.
Target objectives need to be detonated. Play it smart.
23 stairs.
Yeah,
you got the bomb.
I'm so sorry. I just got myself on. Right? So, the sperm cell has 23 chromosomes. The egg cell has 23 chromosomes. When they fuse together, they create a 46 chromosomal set.
Standing by.
That is
Mission failed. Return to base.
Would be a unique human genetically. Right?
I got a question to ask you. So let's do a quick hypothetical. And this is coming from like basically like some of my research done in Japan. I think it's Japan, about how they're having a problem with like an explosive population. Would you still believe?
Just the opposite, man.
Yeah, just to clarify, they did have a problem with overpopulation. They limited their birth rates. They said you can only have one child.
That's China, by the way.
Now they're
Yeah, the rest of the world's having a birth crisis, man. Like in the U.S., for instance, we're not even at replacement rate. This is a big problem.
China also has the same problem.
Well, Japan, it's so bad. Well, it's so.
As far as China, the one I was talking about,
Yeah.
they did that because they thought they were overpopulated, and now they're in a situation where they're encouraging people to have 3 or 4 or 5 children because their population is declining so much.
Yeah, Japan, it's so bad. In Japan, it's so bad.
Right, but it's just a hypothetical, and I was thinking about it the other day. So like, if let's just say, for instance, if you had an overpopulation of people and they kept the women kept reproducing, and you had little, very little resources to feed this overwhelming population, would you then justify abortion?
No.
If you were that economic system, how would you deal with the issue?
We just cut back. I would say Christian ethics would help a lot with this. And also, you see, like,
Sorry. So the really easy solution is to make use of the 30% of this world that we haven't made use of, all the fertile ground that we don't have farms on.
We can still modify this shit, we know.
Please ask us how we make use of all of the land that's not used. We put houses on all of the land that's not inhabited by anyone. Farms on all of the land. Space all over the entire fucking world that's just not being used.
To further prove the point, right? You know, that the entire world population could fit on the land.
Search and destroy.
Yeah.
Shoulder to shoulder.
What?
Yeah.
It's not even whole Texas. Whatever the case may be, my point is that, like,
you're saying like 6 or 7 billion people can fit.
Yes. 8 billion people can fit.
Yeah, same thing as the state of New York. You could do that in the state of New York too.
Also, not New York, but like, you could see that I saw another statistic showing that you could also go to California or one other state, right?
Alaska, maybe? Probably like Alaska.
You won that round. Get ready for the next one.
Yeah.
So rare, right? When you say that abortion is a right, like, let's get back to that topic, right? Would it prove that abortion is not a right?
Switch your side.
Okay, well, by the definition you guys give me, yes, I think it's not.
Do you think it should be a right?
Keep the enemy off the objective.
Okay, you don't think it should be a right. So, 98% of abortions where it's healthy pregnancy, 2 consenting adults laid down and have intercourse. A child. Do you think those abortions?
I think they should deal with it. I think they should be responsible individuals, and everything has consequences. Just deal with it.
Okay, so you would choose abortions?
Yes, every abortion needs to be banned, in my opinion.
So for the record, are you saying that including like instances of rape,
set up security around the objective,
those should be banned?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
If there was one, now there is no medical scenario that necessitates killing a child.
Yeah, I agree with that framework. Yeah, I mean, I think they should keep the child.
Only you remain. Finish the mission.
It's life.
Yes.
With the exceptions of one.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next one.
Well, I mean, there is an exception. I believe that people who rape, like grown, like 50-year-old men who have intercourse intercourse with 6-year-old, I believe that all of them should die.
Well, real quick.
Switch side.
I'm not going to 100% agree. I think for other assets in
Search
jail
and
for all the
destroy.
time, I don't believe in the death penalty personally. But, like, I get your point on
believe that we should.
141. Plant a charge on the target and level it.
Not a long answer. I don't believe in the death penalty.
You've secured the device.
I'll just send you some biblical stuff on that.
Well, that's a story for another day. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
I'll add you. We'll talk about it.
But, yeah, no, Rare. So, I would really consider that's not an exception.
Head out, yeah.
Round secure. On to the next.
But, yeah, so I wouldn't consider that an exception for abortion. I would just say that that's separate. That's a action. So I get 100% get your point on that. So no exceptions whatsoever. I guess the next question that I would ask is
move in and detonate the targets.
Criminally.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I also think that there's like for them and for men who think they're women, like the trans folks, I think that there's
round is lost. Focus on the next one.
That's a conversation for another day.
For the abortion that there needs to be like that they need some sort of like mental counseling.
Switching sides.
I would say that too, but I would also say
search and destroy.
Yeah, if you think
the death penalty.
Keep the enemy off the objective.
If you agree with that you think that everyone involved in abortion should be punished, including the woman, then you're definitely not pro-life. You're more on the side of an abolitionist.
What is an abolitionist?
An abolitionist is abolished and they want to see it criminalized.
We lost that round. Prepare for the
Pro-lifers
next
don't
one.
want to see it criminalized. They just want to see it in.
Okay, well, I'm stopping the abolitionists. I want to see it completely gone.
I'd love to hear it. Hell yeah. Well, sir, I don't think there's much else for us to talk about.
Set up security around the objective. Enemy UAV
Well, I
active.
understand that you're trying to stick me wrong, but I hope y'all have a wonderful day, night, whatever your time zone is.
Yeah, I can see you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I've been playing it since I was in 3rd grade. I got in and got it. But it's just something that I just do on the side.
Nice.
Get out of here. I could spend too much time.
Yeah.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
Yes, gentlemen.
That last woman, I wanted to take a stab at that last woman.
Well, hold on a second, Quartet. Chewy, the reason why I brought up about the whole mix-up that a lot of people have with the whole fertilization and conception, life beginning at that moment, is because, just hear me out before you reply, and then you can respond, okay? And then the reason why it's very important that we make a strong distinction between the two is because life begins at fertilization, regardless of implantation, because that's when, if we say that life doesn't begin until they have implanted, which is conception, then we're just that all the IVF is okay, and that's wrong because it's involved by IVF and they are from abortion.
Wait.
See, that's why it's very.
Wait.
Hold on, Protect. Damn.
This is
That's why it's very. Bro, just that's why it's very important for us to make a strong stance and saying that no, life begins at fertilization regardless of implantation. That means that once that becomes a new organism and it's fertilized, it is wrong to kill it.
I don't know if you saw my message. I agreed with
I did. I was just clarifying for all the listeners as well as
moving and detonate the target.
No, and I agree with that. I understand. I mixed them up.
You've got the bomb.
I just think it's sad how people they keep saying life begins at conception when that's not true.
Wait a minute, White. So first you said three different things. You said conception, you said implantation, fertilization. So implantation is when it attaches to the uterus, right? Conception is when it is created. There's a new human being.
No, that's fertilization. Conception is after implantation.
No.
Protect, right? So I did just look it up, right? Thaddeus is right. Fertilization is the moment where sperm meets egg.
Yes.
Conception refers to the entirety of that process. Conception goes from the sperm meeting the egg all the way to fertilization, right?
Why does that shit matter? That shit ain't gonna happen to y'all.
I mean, I don't know who you are, but I knew for a fact that I was in a sentence. Right? I understand when you came up here, maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I just paid for an abortion. They think I'm bad or something like that, right? But do me a favor, right? Just for a little bit.
Don't entertain this guy. He has like 15,000 accounts. Like he's.
They're not balls. How about that? I need you to holster that dick in your throat so he let someone else finish his sentence. Right? But no, protect. Like I was saying, Thaddeus is right. There is a distinction, right? But it is commonly used, right? That where fertilization and conception are used interchangeably. I do see what Thaddeus is saying. And
I'm saying that's wrong. Yeah, I'm saying that's wrong. That's an error on our part. Because then people could come back and they could say, oh, well, for IVF must be okay to you guys because, life doesn't begin until after conception. So IVF is before conception.
Yes. And I'm leaning against IVF, right? I would agree.
I thought that fertilization, that the process of the human being created in conception was like the zygote stage.
Just drop,
Secure the target area.
Deploying mine! It's just a draw. Unless y'all can
Like, don't entertain this guy. He has, like, he's been cooked by Kay, he's been cooked by everybody, and he's still, like, LARPing. Yeah, this guy. He's been on my panel so many times. He just has a different account. What, Cross? I think that's... Oh, it's BT3. No. This guy has like so many different accounts. He's the same voice, just has many accounts. He's been on my panel like 100 times. He's actually on my panel like last month, actually. Okay.
It's not respectful. Tolerate. Hey, Charlie Kirk and Pat.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
I mean, I'm gay.
Confirming next target area update.
Sending Searching marks.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
I think it is.
Enemy UAV active.
Deploying mine. Took a shot.
I'm being
I thought he was pro-life, because don't you know Luna? Not sure. Irish family, don't you know Luna? Yeah, I thought you were pro-life.
Does that mean because I know him personally?
No, it's like, I'm just a question, so I thought you knew something. I'm not saying you can't, I'm just saying, I thought you knew somebody. Dude, it was just a question, I'm not saying, it's like, do you not know what a question is? Yeah. That's what I was asking, that's it. No, I mean, yeah, it's fine. This is just his normal voice. Crash out. Crash out. Crash out. Crash out. Crash out.
Shut the fuck up. I don't understand what his problem is.
They gave both I like it, but all he did was ask me.
Yeah, no, man. If there's any test, any indication like that he can do to like one way or the other, go for it. You fucking idiot. Like he can't. Like he's on his little stimulants that he's doing while he's doing his Uber driving. Like he doesn't. He's on the same fucking shit. Like now you're on your stimulants. You're on the that you do so that you can do. So see, that's what I'm talking about, right there.
This isn't hilarious. It's fine. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's hilarious because you're on your own drugs, and yeah.
I wish I was on some drugs right now. I could do that.
Yep, that's what it's like living in real life, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I mean, just people have pieces of your most like fucking person is people be like baby.
Well, his name is Baby Stewie, so what you know.
Yeah, right?
You do you, bro. Like I said, I'm sorry. You still want me?
I think this guy needs to lay off the alcohol. He needs to lay off the alcohol.
I do. I really do, Protect. I guess I am beyond intoxicated right now.
Well, not you. I meant him. I think.
No, I need to stop. I need to lay off. Irish made a valid point.
Well, if you can't handle it, you can't handle it. So,
Okay, it's time to drop this clown.
Wait,
Yeah.
come back, baby Chewy. I did not mean to do that.
Wait.
I thought I was
Hey,
on 13.
Protect, can I ask you?
Come back, Chewy.
Is everybody?
Sorry, bro. I thought I was on that protein guys thing.
What was your question? What was your question?
I was genuinely just
okay.
What'd you say?
I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine. But no, I wasn't dropping that guy because I wanted to see just how much of his time I could waste.
No, I want to protect.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay? That's like in Texas. Are they okay?
Well, I'm not in Texas, so I don't know.
I don't think he knows everybody in Texas.
Okay. Protect. Do you know what I'm talking about, though? Like,
No, can you elaborate, please? They're doing great. They're all doing great. I mean, they crash out a lot, and they don't like me, but they're doing okay.
Going out. 5 to 20 minutes.
There's 7. Hey, why is it always 8?
That's a great question. Gave a good one. Anyways, did you have a question you wanted to ask? So yeah, do you have
we should look at maybe the benefits.
Yeah, let's look at the benefits. The first trimester leads to much higher rates. PTSD, anxiety, depression, etc. Including but not limited to hemorrhaging, migraines, nausea, and, yeah, let's talk about all those benefits.
And it's just a view of things, so it's with the positives of some people who have a dubious society. So let's just say one group of people have
Yeah, you just, let's go ahead. No uses to our society. I hear you and I understand exactly what you're saying. They're really stupid people. We should kill all the stupid people. They're really stupid people. We should kill all the stupid people. Okay, right? There's people that we don't like. People that we might not have real life solutions to.
I think.
But looking at statistics and the facts that people, generally will commit, a chance of committing rape and and that will harm people. Reason, I mean,
Black people have a much higher rate of theft and rape and arson and all sorts of stuff. Should we just kill all the black people?
Well, I think a question to ask. See, are you like a utilitarian or a consequentialist?
Hostile eliminated. Pretty much everybody fucking knew that.
Target area.
Brother. Sorry.
Changing mag.
And the other one Dynamics right now. Yeah, go ahead. Ask whatever questions you want.
It seems like the worst thing ever.
This is the question. Why do you get so
Switching match.
Try to. The thing with human beings situation makes no sense.
There we go.
So if it goes to the third one, I'm sure it's a big variety of conversations. This first
Tossing tactical.
Basic.
Yeah, but saying, you know, it is it's eugenics.
Well, even under your framework, why should we accept your desirable traits for the population? Why not something else? What if I don't want people?
Switching match. Taking fire. Tactical out. Tossing tactical. Tactical out. Tossing tactical. Tossing tactical. Changing mag. Breathing fast here. Lethal going out. Switching mag. Fire. Tactical out. Ammo here. Tossing tactical. Lethal going out.
Well, but the problem. But the problem is they wouldn't be wrong in doing the same either. They could just say, well, let's just make Europe just. 2. I'm just playing Call of Duty right now. Tells you exactly who it's actually. Tells you exactly who it is.
There we go.
Yeah, that you don't have any interest. You know, so the people.
Compromise. Secure the area.
Taking fire. Loading fresh mag.
W.
It's a great decision because we need a desperate. I just think it's easier to people that think that.
Make asylums full again. Make asylums full again.
Mentally insane to think it's okay to murder another individual for an unjust reason. I mean, there's no other way around it.
Yeah. Anyways. All this.
Well.